In our journey through life, we often find ourselves ensnared in the illusion of separation, a pervasive belief that we are isolated individuals navigating an indifferent world. This narrative permeates our societal structures, our educational systems, and even our personal relationships. It casts us into roles defined by external expectations and obligations, often overshadowing the deeper truth of our interconnectedness with all of existence. Consider the poignant reflection on the father figure in our societal narrative. He ventures daily to a place called the office or the factory, returning home with a tangible symbol of his labor money. This act of provision is esteemed, yet there is a subtle undertone in how his role is perceived. He becomes a caricature, a clown in the eyes of his family, disconnected from the everyday rhythms of home life. His labor, while essential for sustenance, seems divorced from the essence of familial intimacy and mutual understanding. But why does this perception persist? Why is there a perceived dichotomy between the responsibilities we fulfill in the external world and the relational dynamics within our homes? To delve deeper into these questions, we must first recognize the broader context of industrialized societies and their impact on familial roles. The rise of industrialization heralded a profound shift in human civilization. It brought about unprecedented technological advancements, economic growth, and societal transformations. However, alongside these advancements emerged new paradigms of work and family life that reshaped traditional roles and relationships. In agrarian societies, familial units often operated as cohesive, interdependent entities. Each member played a crucial role in the sustenance and well-being of the whole. Children learned from a young age the skills and values necessary for survival and communal harmony. There was a seamless integration of work, home life, and community engagement, fostering a deep sense of belonging and shared purpose. With the advent of industrialization, this organic unity began to erode. The shift from agrarian to industrial economies necessitated new modes of production, labor specialization, and urbanization. Families migrated from rural landscapes to burgeoning cities, seeking livelihoods in factories and offices. The separation between work and home became more pronounced, mirrored in the physical and psychological distances that emerged between family members. The father, once intimately involved in agricultural or artisanal pursuits, now found himself commuting to distant workplaces, often spending long hours away from home. His labor, previously integrated into the daily rhythms of family life, became compartmentalized, a means to provide financial stability rather than a shared endeavor of mutual growth and sustenance. In this evolving landscape, perceptions of fatherhood underwent a subtle yet significant transformation. The father, as the primary breadwinner, assumed a role defined by economic responsibility. His ability to generate income became synonymous with his value within the familial hierarchy. Meanwhile, the nurturing aspects of paternal love and guidance, the intimate bonds forged through shared experiences and emotional support, were overshadowed by societal expectations of financial provision. Thus, the image of the father as a clown emerges not from inherent shortcomings, but from a systemic devaluation of relational contributions within the family unit. His absence from daily domestic activities, coupled with the emphasis on financial achievement, perpetuated a narrative where his presence at home became caricatured a fleeting appearance in the midst of children's play and household management. Moreover, the commodification of labor under industrial capitalism further entrenched this perception. Work, once a means to communal well-being and self-expression, became increasingly transactional in exchange of time and effort for monetary compensation. The father's role as a provider became narrowly defined by his ability to accumulate wealth, often at the expense of his holistic integration into familial dynamics. Are to transcend the clown archetype and reclaim the integral role of fatherhood within the family, we must reimagine our societal narratives and value systems. It requires a shift from viewing paternal contributions solely through the lens of economic provision to honoring the multifaceted dimensions of nurturing and relational engagement. Imagine a father who, instead of being relegated to the margins of familial life, actively participates in the emotional and educational development of his children. He cultivates a sense of curiosity and wonder, encouraging exploration and growth. His presence is not defined by the hours spent at work, but by the quality of connection he fosters through shared experiences and mutual respect. This reimagining necessitates a reevaluation of societal norms and expectations surrounding work-life balance and gender roles. It invites us to embrace a holistic perspective of fatherhood, one that celebrates emotional intelligence, empathy, and active presence in children's lives. It challenges the dichotomy between work and home, advocating for a more integrated approach where professional aspirations align harmoniously with familial responsibilities. At its core, the journey of fatherhood and indeed of familiar relationships as a whole is a dance of interconnected roles. Each member contributes their unique gifts and perspectives, enriching the tapestry of shared experiences and mutual growth. When we transcend the illusion of separation and honor the intrinsic interconnectedness of family life, we cultivate resilience, compassion, and authenticity within ourselves and our communities. Let us remember that the father, in his quest to provide for his family, embodies resilience and dedication. His labor, whether in the office or the factory, is not merely a means to financial ends, but a testament to his commitment to the well-being of his loved ones. As we navigate the complexities of modernity, may we strive to redefine societal narratives, honoring the integral roles of nurturing and relational engagement within the family unit. In embracing this holistic perspective, we move beyond the confines of caricatured archetypes and cultivate a culture of mutual respect, understanding, and love. Together, let us embark on a journey of reimagining fatherhood, reclaiming its sacred essence as a transformative force for familial harmony and collective flourishing. The transition from agrarian to industrial societies not only reshaped familial dynamics, but also profoundly influenced the developmental experiences of children. In agrarian settings, children were integral to the daily rhythms of family life, actively participating in agricultural or artisanal activities from a young age. This immersion in communal tasks fostered a sense of belonging, responsibility, and practical skill acquisition, an education rooted in experiential learning and intergenerational knowledge transfer. However, with the advent of industrialization, the landscape of childhood underwent a paradigmatic shift. Urbanization and the proliferation of factory-based economies necessitated new educational paradigms and social structures, fundamentally altering the developmental trajectories of young individuals. One of the hallmark transformations during the industrial era was the establishment of formalized education systems. Schools emerged as institutions designed to prepare children for the demands of industrial labor markets, emphasizing literacy, numeracy, and disciplinary compliance. The curriculum prioritized standardized knowledge acquisition, aiming to equip students with the skills deemed essential for economic productivity and societal cohesion. This shift marked a departure from the organic, experiential learning inherent in agrarian communities. Children, once immersed in practical tasks alongside their families, now found themselves confined to classroom settings, where learning became synonymous with abstract concepts and detached from real-world applications. The separation between home and school mirrored broader societal divisions, reinforcing the compartmentalization of familial roles and educational pursuits. Central to childhood development is the role of toys and imaginative play, a gateway to creativity, socialization, and cognitive growth. In agrarian societies, children engaged in play that mirrored adult activities, such as tending to miniature farms or crafting tools from natural materials. These activities not only nurtured practical skills, but also cultivated imagination, empathy, and problem-solving abilities within a context of familial and communal support. Conversely, industrialization introduced a commercialized approach to childhood leisure. Toys, once handcrafted or improvised from natural materials, became mass-produced commodities marketed to children as symbols of entertainment and consumer desire. The proliferation of toy industries reflected broader economic shifts, commodifying play and constraining children's imaginative exploration within predefined narratives and commercialized fantasies. In contemplating the true essence of education, it becomes imperative to distinguish between mere preparation for life and the actual experience of living. Modern education systems often emphasize preparation for an undefined future, instilling a relentless pursuit of distant goals. This approach, while seemingly pragmatic, overlooks the intrinsic value of the present moment and the profound impact of experiential learning. The dominant narrative in contemporary education posits that learning is a linear progression toward a future payoff. From the earliest stages of schooling, children are taught to view their education as a series of stepping stones leading to a distant, often nebulous, point of success. The emphasis is on future achievement, doing well in school to get into a good college, excelling in college to secure a well-paying job, and succeeding in that job to ensure a comfortable retirement. This future-oriented paradigm inherently carries a significant flaw. It fosters a perpetual state of anticipation, where the present is merely a means to an end. Children learn to equate their worth with their academic and professional accomplishments, often at the expense of their immediate joy and intrinsic interests. This approach conditions individuals to defer their happiness and fulfillment, perpetually chasing the next milestone without ever fully savoring the present moment. The consequences of this relentless pursuit are far-reaching, impacting mental health and overall well-being. The pressure to constantly perform and achieve can lead to anxiety, depression, and a sense of inadequacy. Individuals may find themselves caught in a cycle of striving for external validation, losing touch with their inner selves and the simple pleasures of daily life. Moreover, the compartmentalization of knowledge into academic subjects often neglects the holistic development of individuals. Emotional intelligence, creativity, and the ability to form meaningful relationships are sidelined in favor of measurable academic success. This narrow focus can stifle the natural curiosity and joy of learning, reducing education to a series of tasks to be completed rather than an enriching journey of discovery. To reclaim the true essence of education, we must shift our perspective from future-oriented preparation to present-centered engagement. Education should be viewed not as a mere preparation for life, but as an integral part of living itself. It should nurture the whole individual mind, body, and spirit, fostering a deep connection to oneself, others, and the world. At the heart of this transformative approach is experiential learning, which emphasizes direct engagement with the world. Learning through experience allows individuals to connect theoretical knowledge with practical application, fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation of the subject matter. It encourages curiosity, critical thinking, and a sense of wonder, making education an adventure rather than a chore. Imagine children learning about ecology not from textbooks alone, but by exploring forests, rivers, and mountains. They would observe the intricate web of life, understanding ecosystems not as abstract concepts, but as living, breathing entities. This hands-on experience would instill a sense of stewardship and respect for the natural world, nurturing environmentally conscious individuals committed to sustainability. Play is an essential component of experiential learning, offering a natural and joyful way to explore the world. Through play, children develop creativity, problem-solving skills, and social competence. They learn to navigate complex situations, negotiate with peers, and express their emotions constructively. In a holistic educational environment, play is not relegated to recess, but integrated into the learning process. Creative activities such as art, music, and storytelling are valued alongside traditional academic subjects. Children are encouraged to explore their interests and passions, fostering intrinsic motivation and a lifelong love of learning. Holistic education also prioritizes the development of emotional intelligence, an essential skill for navigating life's complexities. Emotional intelligence involves self-awareness, empathy, and the ability to manage one's emotions constructively. It is fundamental to forming healthy relationships, resolving conflicts, and leading a fulfilling life. In a reimagined educational system, emotional intelligence is cultivated through mindfulness practices, collaborative projects, and reflective discussions. Students learn to understand and articulate their emotions, develop resilience, and practice compassion. This emotional literacy equips them to navigate challenges with grace and to build meaningful connections with others. Education should also emphasize the importance of community and connection. Learning is not a solitary endeavor, but a collective experience enriched by diverse perspectives and shared knowledge. Collaborative learning environments foster a sense of belonging and mutual respect, preparing individuals to contribute positively to their communities. Community involvement can be integrated into the curriculum through service learning projects, where students engage in initiatives that address local needs. Whether it's planting community gardens, mentoring younger students, or participating in cultural exchange programs, these experiences instill a sense of responsibility and interconnectedness. Central to this holistic approach is the practice of living in the present moment. In a culture that often glorifies busyness and future success, cultivating mindfulness and presence is a radical act. It involves slowing down, appreciating the here and now, and finding joy in the simple aspects of life. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, breathing exercises, and mindful movement can be integrated into the educational experience. These practices help individuals develop awareness of their thoughts and emotions, fostering a sense of inner peace and clarity. By grounding themselves in the present, students learn to approach challenges with equanimity and to savor the richness of each moment. Educators play a pivotal role in this transformative approach. They are not merely transmitters of knowledge, but guides and mentors who nurture the holistic development of their students. Effective educators create supportive, inclusive environments where each student feels valued and understood. In the pursuit of reclaiming authentic living and personal fulfillment, one must embark on a journey that transcends societal expectations and superficial measures of success. True fulfillment arises from living authentically, aligning with one's inner values, passions, and purpose. This journey involves breaking free from external pressures, embracing vulnerability, and cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness. Modern society often equates success with material wealth, status, and external validation. From a young age, individuals are conditioned to chase these markers of success, believing that they will lead to happiness and fulfillment. However, this pursuit can result in a disconnection from one's true self and a constant state of striving without ever truly arriving. To reclaim authentic living, one must first recognize the illusion of success. True success is not defined by external achievements, but by living in alignment with one's core values and passions. It involves pursuing what brings joy, meaning, and a sense of purpose, regardless of societal expectations or external rewards. Breaking free from external pressures requires a courageous act of introspection and self-discovery. It involves questioning the narratives and beliefs that have been internalized over time. What are the motivations driving one's actions? Are they rooted in genuine passion and interest, or are they influenced by the desire for approval and acceptance? This process of self-discovery may reveal that many of the pursuits and goals one has been chasing are not truly aligned with their authentic self. It may require letting go of certain ambitions, relationships, or roles that no longer serve one's true purpose. This act of letting go can be challenging, as it often involves stepping into the unknown and facing the fear of judgment or rejection. Living authentically necessitates embracing vulnerability, the willingness to show up as one's true self, imperfections and all. Vulnerability is often perceived as a weakness, but in reality it is a profound source of strength and connection. When individuals allow themselves to be vulnerable, they create space for genuine relationships, creativity, and personal growth. Authentic expression involves communicating one's thoughts, feelings, and desires honestly and openly. It means honoring one's needs and boundaries, even when it is uncomfortable or inconvenient. This level of authenticity can lead to deeper and more meaningful connections with others, as it fosters trust and mutual respect. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of authentic living. It involves a continuous process of introspection, reflection, and mindfulness. By cultivating self-awareness, individuals become attuned to their inner landscape, their thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. This heightened awareness allows them to navigate life with greater clarity and intention. To live fearlessly is to transcend the limitations imposed by our fears, embracing life with an open heart and an unshakable sense of purpose. Fearlessness is not the absence of fear, but the courage to act in spite of it. It involves a deep understanding of oneself, an unwavering commitment to authenticity, and the resilience to navigate life's uncertainties. This path to fearlessness is a journey of self-discovery, self-mastery, and profound transformation. Fear is a natural human emotion that serves as a protective mechanism, alerting us to potential dangers and prompting us to take action. However, fear can also become a paralyzing force, preventing us from pursuing our dreams, expressing our true selves, and living fully. To embark on the path to fearlessness, it is essential to understand the nature of fear and its impact on our lives. Fear often arises from the anticipation of pain, failure, rejection, or loss. It is rooted in the mind's tendency to project negative outcomes and imagine worst-case scenarios. This anticipation can create a cycle of anxiety and avoidance, limiting our experiences and opportunities. By recognizing fear as a product of the mind's conditioning, we can begin to dismantle its power over us. The path to fearlessness requires embracing vulnerability, the willingness to expose our true selves, imperfections and all. Vulnerability is often perceived as a weakness, but it is in fact a profound source of strength. It allows us to connect deeply with others, experience genuine relationships, and live authentically. Courage is the antidote to fear. It is the inner strength that enables us to face challenges, take risks, and pursue our passions despite the presence of fear. Courage is not about being fearless, but about taking action in the presence of fear. By cultivating courage, we can expand our comfort zones, build resilience, and create a life that reflects our true potential. Self-awareness is the foundation of fearlessness. It involves a continuous process of introspection, reflection, and mindfulness. By cultivating self-awareness, we become attuned to our inner landscape, the thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that shape our experiences. This heightened awareness allows us to identify and challenge the fears that hold us back. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, journaling, and mindful movement, can support the cultivation of self-awareness. These practices create space for us to observe our inner experiences without judgment, fostering a sense of acceptance and compassion. Through mindfulness, we can develop a deeper understanding of our fears and learn to navigate them with greater ease and clarity. One of the most powerful ways to overcome fear is by reframing it as an opportunity for growth. Instead of viewing fear as a sign to retreat, we can see it as an indication that we are stepping out of our comfort zones and into new possibilities. By embracing fear as a natural part of the growth process, we can transform it into a catalyst for personal development and transformation. This shift in perspective requires a willingness to embrace discomfort and uncertainty. It involves recognizing that growth often occurs outside of our comfort zones, and that the challenges we face are opportunities for learning and expansion. By approaching fear with curiosity and openness, we can unlock new levels of potential and creativity. Resilience is the capacity to recover from setbacks, adapt to change, and continue moving forward in the face of adversity. It is a key component of fearlessness, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with strength and grace. Developing resilience involves cultivating a positive mindset, building supportive relationships, and nurturing our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Emotional mastery is the ability to understand, manage, and express our emotions in healthy and constructive ways. It involves recognizing the impact of our emotions on our thoughts and behaviors and learning to regulate them effectively. By developing emotional mastery, we can respond to fear with greater composure and make choices that align with our values and goals. Limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained thought patterns that constrain our potential and reinforce our fears. These beliefs are often formed in childhood and reinforced by societal conditioning and past experiences. To live fearlessly, it is essential to identify and challenge these limiting beliefs, replacing them with empowering and supportive ones. This process of transformation requires a commitment to self-reflection and inner work. It involves examining the beliefs that underlie our fears and questioning their validity. By challenging these beliefs and adopting a growth-oriented mindset, we can break free from the constraints of our conditioning and embrace new possibilities. California growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and potential are not fixed but can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. This mindset fosters a sense of curiosity, openness, and resilience, allowing us to approach challenges with a positive and proactive attitude. By cultivating a growth mindset, we can transform our relationship with fear and embrace a path of continuous growth and self-improvement. To develop a growth mindset, it is important to embrace failure as a natural part of the learning process. Instead of fearing failure, we can view it as an opportunity to gain valuable insights and refine our skills. By celebrating progress and effort, rather than focusing solely on outcomes, we can build the confidence and resilience needed to pursue our goals fearlessly. Living fearlessly requires a clear vision of what we want to achieve and who we want to become. This vision serves as a guiding light, providing direction and motivation on our journey. To create a vision for a fearless life, it is essential to connect with our deepest values, passions, and aspirations. This process involves setting meaningful goals that align with our authentic selves and reflect our true desires. By creating a vision board, writing a personal mission statement, or engaging in visualization exercises, we can bring our vision to life and keep it at the forefront of our minds. This vision provides a sense of purpose and inspiration, guiding us through moments of doubt and fear. Fearlessness is not just about mindset and inner work, it also requires taking inspired action. This means translating our vision and goals into concrete steps and moving forward with intention and determination. Inspired action is fueled by passion, purpose, and a deep sense of commitment to our dreams. Taking inspired action involves breaking down our goals into manageable tasks and consistently making progress toward them. It requires a willingness to step out of our comfort zones, take risks, and embrace uncertainty. By taking small, consistent steps, we build momentum and confidence, gradually overcoming our fears and moving closer to our vision. A supportive network of like-minded individuals can provide encouragement, accountability, and inspiration on the path to fearlessness. Surrounding ourselves with people who share our values and aspirations creates a sense of community and belonging, fostering an environment where we can thrive. Building a supportive network involves seeking out relationships and environments that nurture our growth and well-being. It may require letting go of toxic relationships or environments that reinforce our fears and limit our potential. By investing in meaningful connections and creating a strong support system, we can navigate challenges with greater resilience and confidence. The journey to fearlessness is not linear, it is filled with ups and downs, successes and setbacks. Practicing self-compassion and patience is essential to sustain our well-being and progress. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially during moments of struggle or failure. Patience allows us to honor the natural pace of our growth and development. It involves recognizing that transformation takes time and that each step, no matter how small, is a valuable part of the journey. By embracing self-compassion and patience, we can maintain a positive and supportive attitude toward ourselves, fostering a sense of resilience and perseverance. Fear often arises from dwelling on the past or anticipating the future. Embracing the present moment is a powerful practice that can help us overcome fear and live more fully. By focusing on the here and now, we can connect with the richness of our experiences and appreciate the beauty of each moment. Mindfulness practices, such as deep breathing, meditation, and mindful observation, can support our ability to stay present. These practices help us cultivate a sense of awareness and acceptance, allowing us to navigate challenges with greater clarity and calm. By embracing the present moment, we can reduce anxiety, enhance our well-being, and live with greater joy and fulfillment. Gratitude is a transformative practice that can shift our focus from fear and lack to abundance and appreciation. By regularly reflecting on the positive aspects of our lives and expressing gratitude, we can cultivate a sense of contentment and fulfillment. Gratitude helps us recognize the support, opportunities, and blessings that surround us, fostering a positive and resilient mindset. Time, as we know it, is not a physical reality. It does not exist in the natural world of stars, waters, mountains, clouds, and living organisms. In nature, we encounter rhythms, the rhythmic ebb and flow of tides, the cycles of seasons, the biological processes that sustain life. These rhythms are natural, intrinsic patterns of existence. Time, however, is a convention, a social construct akin to language, numbers, and measurements. We have invented time as a means to navigate and organize our lives, to bring order to the chaos of existence. But it is crucial to understand that time as we perceive it is not a fundamental aspect of the universe. It is a tool, a framework we have devised to make sense of our experiences. Recognizing the conventional nature of time is the first step toward liberating ourselves from the fear that arises from our misconceptions about it. One of the greatest deceptions we face is the concept of the future. We have been conditioned to believe that the future is a tangible reality, something we must constantly strive toward. This belief drives us to live in a state of perpetual anxiety, always anticipating what is to come and often fearing the unknown. We spend much of our lives planning, worrying, and preparing for the future, often at the expense of fully experiencing the present moment. We have forgotten that the future is merely an idea, a projection of our minds, and not an actual entity. The future, as we conceive it, is a mental construct, a narrative we create based on our hopes, fears, and expectations. By investing so much of our emotional energy in this narrative, we allow fear to dominate our lives. Understanding the illusory nature of the future can help us reclaim our power and live more freely. Fear arises from our misunderstanding of time and our emotional investment in the future. We become anxious about meeting deadlines, fulfilling expectations, and achieving goals. This drive creates a constant state of stress, incapacitating us and preventing us from fully experiencing the present moment. We are so consumed by the idea of the future that we lose sight of the natural rhythms and motions of life. We forget to appreciate the here and now, the only true reality we ever experience. This misunderstanding perpetuates a cycle of fear and anxiety, keeping us trapped in a state of perpetual unease. To break free from this cycle, we must realign our perception of time and ground ourselves in the present moment. In the natural world, there is only rhythm and motion. Life flows in cycles, each moment seamlessly transitioning into the next. By understanding and aligning ourselves with these natural rhythms, we can begin to dissolve the illusion of time and, consequently, the fear that arises from it. We must learn to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature, embracing each moment as it comes. The seasons change, the tides ebb and flow, and life moves in a beautiful rhythmic dance. By attuning ourselves to these natural patterns, we can find a sense of peace and balance. Embracing the rhythm of life means accepting the impermanence and fluidity of existence, allowing us to flow with life's changes rather than resisting them. Our conscious attention tends to ignore constants due to its tendency to focus on details. We often overlook the underlying continuum of existence, the ground of being in which all phenomena occur. This continuum is the backdrop against which all of life's experiences unfold. It is the essence of what we truly are, the silent, ever-present awareness that underlies our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Practices such as meditation, yoga, or even the use of certain substances can help us tune into this background, drawing our attention to the essence of what we truly are. By reconnecting with this continuum, we can transcend the superficial constructs of time and identity. This deeper awareness allows us to see beyond the fleeting details of our lives and recognize the timeless, unchanging reality that underlies all existence. From birth, we are assigned roles and identities, told who we are and what we must become. Society imposes these identities upon us, shaping our perceptions and dictating our behaviors. We invest emotionally in these identities, building them up throughout our lives. Yet, these identities are transient, mere constructs that will eventually wear out. We must recognize that life is a game, one that we entered into knowing its playful nature, but eventually took too seriously. Each of us has been given a part to play in this grand game of life, and we often forget that it is just that a game. By remembering the playful essence of existence, we can release our attachment to these constructed identities and live more freely. We can approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder, embracing the ever-changing roles we play without becoming overly attached to them. Within the vast void, not a literal nothingness but an unpinnable essence, we find the ground of our being. This void is the source of all that we are and all that we experience. It is within this void that we establish the concepts of time and space, regulating events through these constructs. When we lose sight of their conventionality, we become emotionally invested in them, much like getting absorbed in a game. The void, often perceived as emptiness or nothingness, is actually the fertile ground of potentiality from which all life arises. By embracing this void, we come to understand that it is not a source of fear, but a wellspring of creativity and possibility. It is the space in which we can let go of our attachments and preconceptions, allowing us to experience life more fully and fearlessly. To live a fearless life, we must cultivate presence. Presence is the state of being fully immersed in the current moment, free from the distractions of past and future. Through practices such as mindfulness and meditation, we can train our minds to focus on the here and now. By doing so, we diminish the power of fear, which thrives on our preoccupation with what might happen. Presence allows us to engage with life directly without the filter of fear and anxiety. It enables us to experience each moment with clarity and openness, appreciating the richness of life as it unfolds. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we can free ourselves from the tyranny of time and the fear it generates. Fear often stems from our desire to control the future. We believe that by planning and preparing, we can secure a favorable outcome. However, this need for control is an illusion, as the future is inherently uncertain. We must learn to let go of this desire and trust in the natural flow of life. By surrendering to the present moment, we release the grip of fear and embrace the spontaneity of existence. Letting go of control does not mean abandoning responsibility or foresight. Rather, it means recognizing the limitations of our influence and trusting in the larger patterns of life. It means allowing ourselves to flow with the current of existence rather than struggling against it. This surrender brings a sense of peace and liberation, freeing us from the constant burden of fear. Our identities, constructed from societal expectations and personal experiences, play a significant role in perpetuating fear. We become attached to our roles and fear losing them. Yet, these identities are fluid, constantly changing with the ebb and flow of life. By recognizing the transient nature of our identities, we can release our attachment to them and reduce the fear of loss and change. Our true essence is not confined to any particular identity or role. It is the ever-present awareness that witnesses the changing drama of life. By connecting with this deeper essence, we can navigate the shifting tides of existence with grace and equanimity. We can embrace change and transformation as natural aspects of our journey, rather than sources of fear and anxiety. Change is an inevitable part of life. It is through change that we grow and evolve. Fear of change often arises from our attachment to the familiar and the known. By embracing change and viewing it as an opportunity for growth, we can transform our fear into excitement and curiosity. Life becomes a dynamic adventure rather than a series of predictable events. Change brings new experiences, challenges, and opportunities for learning. It keeps life vibrant and alive. By cultivating a mindset that welcomes change, we open ourselves to the richness of life's possibilities. We learn to see each moment as a fresh beginning, full of potential and wonder.